Hello fans and welcome to night 3 of the 2019 NJCAA National Championships for swimming and diving. And now please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. And now the consolation final for the women's 100-yard IM. Swimming in lane 1, Ashley Commons, Iowa Lakes. In lane 2, Taylor Spurgeon, Southwestern Oregon. In lane 3, Stephanie Connell, South Georgia State. In lane 4, Lauren Adamson, Southwestern Oregon. In lane 5, Libby Richardson, Genesee. In lane 6, Abby Ettinger, Erie. And in lane 7, Aubrey Halla of Iowa Central. Touching first with a time of 107.54 from lane 4, Lauren Adamson of Southwestern Oregon. Touching second with a time of 107.86, lane 6, Abby Ettinger of Erie. Touching third with a time of 108.36, lane 5, Libby Richardson of Genesee. And now the championship final in the women's 100-yard IM. Swimming in lane 1, Zoe Beals of Iowa Central. In lane 2, finished 5th in the 200 free last night from Indian River, Kenzie Green. Swimming in lane 3 from Barton, Elle Spitz. Swimming in lane 4, this year's 50 free national champion from Indian River, Eliana Kennan. Swimming in lane 5 from Barton, Michaela Seamiller. Swimming in lane 6, the 200 free national champion from Indian River, Cameron Wheels. Swimming in lane 7 from Lafayette, Louisiana and South Georgia State, Abigail Aldridge. And swimming in lane 8 from Canby, Oregon and Southwestern Oregon, Caitlin Hester. Touching first with a time of 58.98 from lane 4, Eliana Kennan of Indian River. Touching second with a time of 1:00.13 from lane 6, Cameron Wheels, Indian River. Touching third with a time of 1:00.19, lane 5, Michaela Seamiller of Barton. And now this is the consolation final for the men's 100-yard IM. Swimming in lane 1, William Spitz of Barton. Lane 2, Blaine King, South Georgia State. Lane 3, Gabriel Carmona, Iowa Lakes. In lane 4, Orion Bopp, South Georgia State. In lane 5, Landon Stallnaker, Southwestern Oregon. In lane 6, Rory Smith, Barton. Lane 7, Kyle Casara of South Georgia State. And in lane 8, Elijah Draper of Barton. Touching first with a time of 54.22 from lane 4, Orion Bopp of South Georgia State. Touching second with a time of 55.06, lane 2, Blaine King of South Georgia State. Touching third with a time of 55.29, lane 5, Landon Stallnaker of Southwestern Oregon. Now the championship final for the men's 100-yard IM. Swimming in lane 1 from Iowa Central, Caleb Gaylor. Swimming in lane 2 from Iowa Central, Mitch Emery. Swimming in lane 3 from Austin, Texas and Southwestern Oregon, Emerson Zaplatar. Swimming in lane 4, the national record holder in this event from Indian River, Ryan Van Wyck. Swimming in lane 5 from Brisbane, Australia and Southwestern Oregon, James Camp. Swimming in lane 6, the 2018 national champion in the 200 IM from Indian River, Kevin Bargate. Swimming in lane 7, the 200 free national champion from Indian River, Joshua Stegan. And swimming in lane 8 from Barton, Simon Botten. In the last race, there was a disqualification in lane 3. And touching first with a new NJCAA record time of 49:47 from lane 4, Ryan Van Wyck of Indian River. Touching second with a time of 50:75 from lane 5, James Camp. Touching third with a time of 51:40, lane 6, Kevin Bargate of Indian River. And now this is the consolation final for the women's 500-yard freestyle. Swimming in lane 1, Clara Simpson, South Georgia State. In lane 2, Sydney Williams, Barton. In lane 3, Alexandra Perez, Indian River. Lane 4, Mayo Diaz, Iowa Central. Lane 5, Annabeth Deck, South Georgia State. Lane 6, Samantha Pratt, Monroe. Lane 7, Mavi Valentine, Iowa Lakes. And in lane 8, Caroline Noble of Barton. Touching first with a time of 5:21.73 from lane 4, Mayo Diaz of Iowa Central. Touching second with a time of 5:28.75, lane 5, Annabeth Deck of South Georgia State. Touching third with a time of 5:37.49, lane 3, Alexandra Perez of Indian River. Now the championship final for the women's 500-yard freestyle. Swimming in lane 1, a finalist in the 1,000 free and 400 IM. From Indian River, Adriana Rodriguez. Swimming in lane 2 from Iowa Central, Eve Berg. Swimming in lane 3, the national champion in the 1,000 free from Indian River, Charlize Oberholzer. Swimming in lane 4, the national champion in the 400 IM last night from Indian River, Sule van der Merwe. Swimming in lane 5, a runner-up in this event last year from Indian River, Elizabeth Watts. Swimming in lane 6, finished second in the 1,000 free from Indian River, Molly Lade. Swimming in lane 7 from Rockland, California and southwestern Oregon, Verity Vogel-Rigler. And swimming in lane 8 from South Georgia State, Casey Hall. Touching first with a time of 5:00.73 from lane 3, Charlize Oberholzer of Indian River. Touching second with a time of 5:01.16 from lane number 4, Sule van der Merwe of Indian River. Touching third with a time of 5:04.70 from lane 6, Molly Lade, Indian River. And now the consolation final for the men's 500-yard freestyle. Swimming in lane 1, Weston Head, Genesee. In lane 2, Andrew Wythe, South Georgia State. Lane 3, Noah Ferber, Southwestern Oregon. In lane 4, Will Trinnell, Iowa Central. In lane 5, Tyler Stakowiak, Genesee. In lane 6, Jacob Bonnert, Iowa Lakes. In lane 7, Stephen Smith of South Georgia State. And in lane 8, Brandon Brown of Genesee. Touching first with a time of 4:57.30 from lane number 5, Tyler Stakoyak of Genesee. Touching second with a time of 4:57.43 from lane 3, Noah Ferber of Southwestern Oregon. Touching third with a time of 5:00.27, lane 4, Will Trinnell of Iowa Central. Now the championship final for the men's 500-yard freestyle. Swimming in lane 1, a finalist in last night's 200 free and a Region 3 champion in the 100 fly from Horseheads, New York, and Monroe, Cam Wagner. Swimming in lane 2, finished fourth in the 1,000 free from Indian River, Dante Padron. Swimming in lane 3, finished 7th in the 1,000 on Tuesday and Region 3 champion in this event from Monroe and Henrietta, New York, Tyler Beshopping. Swimming in lane 4, the national champion in the 1,000 free last year from Indian River, Tyler Pilkington. Swimming in lane 5, the national record holder in this event from Indian River, Jared Baxter. Swimming in lane 6 from Iowa Central, Vinnie Moles. Swimming in lane 7 from Iowa Central, Marcelo Bush. And swimming in lane 8 from Indian River, Jacob Singleton. Touching first with a time of 4:26.27 from lane 5, Jared Baxter of Indian River. Touching second with a time of 4:35.27 from lane 4, Tiger Pilkington of Indian River. Touching third with a time of 4:40.54 from lane 2, Dante Padron of Indian River. It's now time for the awards presentation for the women's 100 IM. Awards being presented tonight by Jonathan Reeder of Barton. Finishing in 8th place from Southwestern Oregon, Caitlin Hester. Finishing in 7th place from Iowa Central, Zoe Beals. In 6th place from South Georgia State, Abigail Aldridge. In 5th place from Indian River, Kenzie Green. In 4th place from Barton, L. Spitz. In 3rd place from Barton, Michaela Seemiller. In 2nd place from Indian River, Cameron Wheels. And the national champion in the women's 100-yard IM with a time of 58.98 from Indian River, Eliana Kennan. Now the awards for the men's 100 IM being presented tonight by Sandra Bullock of Southwestern Oregon. Finishing in 8th place, Simon Barton. In 7th place, Caleb Gaylor, Iowa Central. In 6th place, Mitch Emery, Iowa Central. In 5th place, Emerson Zapletar, Southwestern Oregon. Finishing in a tie for 3rd place, both from Indian River, Kevin Bargate and Joshua Stegan. In 2nd place, James Camp, Southwestern Oregon. And your national champion in the men's 100-yard IM with a finals time of 49.47, a new record time for Ryan Van Wyck of Indian River. And now this is the consolation final in the women's 100-yard backstroke. Swimming in lane 1, Sarah Childs of Barton. Lane 2, Andrea Porch, Southwestern Oregon. Lane 3, Kaylee Kornowski, South Georgia State. In lane 4, Megan Harrell, South Georgia State. Lane 5, Courtney Sapp, Indian River. Lane 6, Abigail Fry, Barton. Lane 7, Amanda Mashia, Herkimer. And in lane 8, Emily DeClerc of Monroe. Touching first with a time of 102.93 from lane 4, Megan Harrell of South Georgia State. Touching second with a time of 103.49, lane 5, Courtney Sapp, Indian River. Touching third with a time of 104.91 from lane 3, Kaylee Kornowski of South Georgia State. And now the championship final in the women's 100-yard backstroke. Swimming in lane 1 from Avon Park, Florida and South Georgia State, Kristen Farless. Swimming in lane 2, last night she was 5th in the 50 back and 6th in the 200 free from Cali, Columbia, and Iowa Lakes, Juliana Villa Rodriguez. Swimming in lane 3 from Lebanon, Oregon and Southwestern Oregon, Piper Engler. Swimming in lane 4, the 100 fly national champion from Indian River, Sophia Dine. Swimming in lane 5 from Riga, Latvia and Southwestern Oregon, Patricia Ozola. Swimming in lane 6 from Indian River, Jillian Cottage. Swimming in lane 7 from Tifton, Georgia and South Georgia State, Casey Hall. And swimming in lane 8, finished 8th in the 400 IM and 11th in the 200 IM from Grapevine, South Africa and Iowa Lakes, Liz Cruey Brown. Touching first with a time of 56:45 from lane 4, Sophia Dine of Indian River. Touching second with a time of 57:86, lane 5, Patrizia Ozola of Southwestern Oregon. And touching third with a time of 59:23, lane 3, Piper Engler of Southwestern Oregon. And now the consolation final for the men's 100-yard backstroke. Swimming in lane 2, Kaya Ingram, Southwestern Oregon. In lane 3, Andrew Oberg, Iowa Central. Lane 4, Jonathan Pilot, Erie. Lane 5, Matthew Bell, Southwestern Oregon. And swimming in lane 6, Isaac Panzer of Barton. Touching first with a time of 55:73 from lane 4, Jonathan Pilot of Erie. Touching second with a time of 55:77, lane 5, Matthew Bell of Southwestern Oregon. Touching third with a time of 57:41, lane 6, Isaac Panzer, Barton. Now the championship final in the men's 100-yard backstroke. Swimming in lane 1 from Jacksonville, Florida and South Georgia State, Ryan Buchkowski. Swimming in lane 2 from Iowa Central, John Gill III. Lane 3 from Iowa Central, Mariano Sosa. Swimming in lane 4, this year's 1,000 free national champion from Indian River, Connor Lynch. Swimming in lane 5, finished third in this event in 2018 from Indian River, Jared Ingram. Swimming in lane 6, fifth in this event in 2018 from Indian River, correction, in lane 6 from South Georgia State, Wyatt Dalton. In lane 7, Noah Childs. And in lane 8 from Southwestern Oregon and Newport, Oregon, Austin Turner. Touching first with a time of 48.69 from lane 4, Connor Lynch of Indian River. Touching second with a time of 49.31, lane number 5, Jared Ingram, Indian River. Touching third with a time of 51.87 from lane 3, Mariano Sosa of Iowa Central. And now the awards for the women's 500 freestyle. Tonight's awards being presented by Vicki Brown of Herkimer. Finishing in 8th place, Casey Hall, South Georgia State. In 7th place, Adriana Rodriguez, Indian River. In 6th place, Eve Berg, Iowa Central. In 5th place, Verity Vogel-Rigler, Southwestern Oregon. In 4th place, Elizabeth Watts, Indian River. In 3rd place, Molly Lade, Indian River. In 2nd place, Sule Vander Merwe, Indian River. And the national champion in the women's 500-yard freestyle with a finals time of 5:00:73 from Indian River, Charlize Oberhoser. And now the awards for the men's 500-yard freestyle. Tonight's awards being presented by Daniel Dubois of Monroe. Finishing in 8th place, Jacob Singleton, Indian River. Finishing in 7th place, Cameron Wagner, Monroe. In 6th place, Marcelo Bush, Iowa Central. In 5th place, Vinnie Moles, Iowa Central. In 4th place, Tyler Beshopping, Monroe. In 3rd place, Dante Padron, Indian River. In 2nd place, Tiger Pilkington, Indian River. And the national champion in the men's 500-yard freestyle with a final time of 4:26:27 from Indian River, Jared Baxter. now this is the consolation final for the women's 100-yard breaststroke. Swimming in lane 1, Haley Robley, Erie. In lane 2, Kayla Hennon, Barton. Lane 3, Clara Simpson, South Georgia State. Lane 4, Gabby Reese, Iowa Lakes. Lane 5, Rachel Singleton, Indian River. Lane 6, Katarina Sherry, Monroe. In lane 7, Lauren Parisi, the Fashion Institute. And in lane 8, Taylor Spurgeon of Southwestern Oregon. Touching first with a time of 1:14.06 from lane 5, Rachel Singleton of Indian River. Touching second with a time of 1:14.70 from lane 4, Gabby Reese, Iowa Lakes. Touching third with a time of 1:16.61 from lane 3, Clara Simpson of South Georgia State. And now the championship final in the women's 100-yard breaststroke. Swimming in lane 1, Elizabeth Schrock of Barton. Lane 2, Elle Spitz, Barton. Lane 3, Emily Andren, Iowa Central. Swimming in lane 4, the 50 breast national record holder from Indian River, Savannah Best. Swimming in lane 5 from Savannah, Georgia and South Georgia State, Jesselyn Graham. Swimming in lane 6 from Boca Raton, Florida and Southwestern Oregon, Natalie Soivy. Swimming in lane 7 from Hilo, Hawaii and Southwestern Oregon, Jalen Estabilio. And swimming in lane 8, the athlete of the year for the Northeast District meet of this year from Jenison, Michigan and the Fashion Institute of Technology, Sam Karazinski. Touching first with a time of 102.45 from lane 4, Savannah Best of Indian River. Touching second with a time of 106.85 from lane 3, Emily Andre in Iowa Central. Touching third with a time of 107.14, lane 5, Jessalyn Graham of South Georgia State. And now this is the consolation final for the men's 100-yard breaststroke. Swimming in lane 1, Gabriel Carmona, Iowa Lakes. In lane 2, Logan Black, South Georgia State. In lane 3, Gregory Sanders, Monroe. Lane 4, Christian Taylor, Barton. In lane 5, Simon Barton. In lane 6, Logan Malecki, Indian River. In lane 7, Alfonso Flores Romero of Iowa Central. And swimming in lane 8, Sean Williams of Barton. Touching first with a time of 58.85 from lane 4, Christian Taylor of Barton. Touching second with a time of 100.03 from lane 3, Gregory Sanders Monroe. Touching third with a time of 100.07 from lane 2, Logan Black of South Georgia State. Now the championship final in the men's 100-yard breaststroke. Swimming in lane 1, finished fifth in the 50 breast from Indian River, Michael Hartshorn. Swimming in lane 2 from Slidell, Louisiana and South Georgia State, Chris Major. Swimming in lane 3, a runner-up in the 400 IM last night from Indian River, Ollie Williamson. Swimming in lane 4, a runner-up in the 50 breast this year from Indian River, Eric Veit. Swimming in lane 5 from Iowa Central, Emil Lutzeler. Swimming in lane 6 from Austin, Texas and Southwestern Oregon, Emerson Zaplatar. Swimming in lane 7, finished third in the 400 IM last night from Indian River, Christian Nishimura. And swimming in lane 8 from Barton, Rory Smith. Touching first with a time of 55.25 from lane 3, Ollie Williamson of Indian River. Touching second with a time of 55.74 from lane 5, Emil Lutzler of Iowa Central. And touching third with a time of 55.75 from lane 4, Eric Veit of Indian River. And now the awards for the women's 100 backstroke, being presented tonight by Sandra Bullock of Southwestern Oregon. Finishing in 8th place, Liz Cruey Brown, Iowa Lakes. In 7th place, Kristen Farless, South Georgia State. In 6th place, Casey Hall, South Georgia State. In 5th place, Jillian Kontich, Indian River. In 4th place, Juliana Villa Rodriguez, Iowa Lakes. In 3rd place, Piper Engler, Southwestern Oregon. In 2nd place, Patricia Ozola, Southwestern Oregon. And your national champion in the women's 100-yard backstroke with a final time of 56.45 from Indian River, Sophia Dine. And now the awards for the men's 100 backstroke, being presented tonight by Kristen Klein of Erie. Finishing in 8th place, Ryan Buchkowski of South Georgia State. Seventh place, Noah Childs, Barton. In 6th place, Austin Turner, Southwestern Oregon. In 5th place, John Gill III, Iowa Central. In 4th place, Wyatt Dalton, South Georgia State. In 3rd place, Mariano Sosa, Iowa Central. In 2nd place, from Indian River, Jared Ingram. And the national champion of the men's 100-yard backstroke with a final time of 48.69 from Indian River, Connor Lynch. That's the... And now the championship final for the women's 200-yard butterfly. Swimming in lane 1, Ashley Beecham, Iowa Central. Swimming in lane 2 from Lilburn, Georgia and South Georgia State, Lindsey Garrison. Swimming in lane 3, Paula Ronda, Iowa Central. Swimming in lane 4, finished third in the 100 fly last night from Indian River, Cameron Hudson. Swimming in lane 5, a runner-up in the 100 fly last night from Indian River, Emma Colvin. Swimming in lane 6, Mary Marshall, Iowa Central. And swimming in lane 7 from Cocoa Beach, Florida and South Georgia State, Kelly Anjovi. Touching first with a time of 2:03.23 from lane 4, Cameron Hudson of Indian River. Touching second with a time of 2:09.95, lane 5, Emma Colvin, Indian River. Touching third with a time of 2:11.94, lane 3, Paula Ronda, Iowa Central. Now this is the consolation final for the men's 200-yard butterfly. Swimming in lane 1, Gabriel Ozon, Barton. In lane 2, Hunter Sherwood, Southwestern Oregon. In lane 3, Jackson Bloom, South Georgia State. In lane 4, Javier Aranda, Iowa Central. In lane 5, Brett Rice, Southwestern Oregon. In lane 6, Alexander Ray, South Georgia State. In lane 7, Elliott Stewart, Southwestern Oregon. And swimming in lane 8, Ryan Mahaney of Genesee. Touching first with a time of 2:00.47 from lane 3, Jackson Bloom of South Georgia State. Touching second with a time of 2:00.64 from lane 4, Javier Aranda of Iowa Central. Touching third with a time of 2:00.70 from lane 5, Brett Rice of Southwestern Oregon. And now the championship final in the men's 200-yard butterfly. Swimming in lane 1, Marco Alvarez Sanchez, Barton. Swimming in lane 2 from Damascus, Oregon and Southwestern Oregon, Colin McGuire. Swimming in lane 3, a runner-up in this event last year from Indian River, Tucker Adams. Swimming in lane 4, a national record holder in this event from Indian River, Ruben Van Leeuwen. Swimming in lane 5, Mitch Emery, Iowa Central. Swimming in lane 6, the national champion in the 1,000 free last year from Indian River, Tiger Pilkington. Swimming in lane 7, from Barton, Leonard Henri Alaru. And swimming in lane 8 from Genesee, Farron Martinez. Touching first with a time of 1:46.16 from lane 4, Ruben Van Leeuwen, Indian River. Touching second with a time of 1:49.95 from lane 6, Tiger Pilkington, Indian River. And touching third with a time of 1:50.15 from lane 3, Tucker Adams, Indian River. And now the awards for the women's 100 breaststroke, tonight being presented by Sean Bryn of Indian River. Finishing in 8th place, Samantha Karazinski of the Fashion Institute of Technology. In 7th place, Jalen Estabilio, Southwestern Oregon. In 6th place, Elizabeth Schrock, Barton. In 5th place, Natalie Soivy, Southwestern Oregon. In 4th place, Elle Spitz, Barton. In 3rd place, Jesselyn Graham, South Georgia State. In 2nd place, Emily Andrin, Iowa Central. And your national champion in the women's 100-yard breaststroke with a final time of 1:02.45 from Indian River, Savannah Best. And now the awards for the men's 100-yard breaststroke. Tonight's awards being presented by Dale Pierce of Monroe. In 8th place, Rory Smith, Barton. Finishing in 7th place, Michael Hartshorn, Indian River. In 6th place, Chris Major, South Georgia State. In 5th place, Emerson Zaplatar, Southwestern Oregon. In 4th place, Christian Nishimura, Indian River. In 3rd place, Eric Veit, Indian River. In 2nd place, Emil Lutzeler, Iowa Central. And your national champion in the men's 100-yard breaststroke with a final time of 55:25 from Indian River, Ollie Williamson. Now time for your parade of divers for the men's 1-meter dive. Diving first, Lauren Searle Monroe. Diving second, Michael Siopolis of Indian River. Siopolis finished third in this year's 3M. Diving third, the runner-up in the 3M this year, Jake Servitis of Indian River. And diving first, the top qualifier in the 3M national champion, Matt Priola of Indian River.
Before we begin our men's 1-meter diving finals, as a friendly reminder and a courtesy to each diver on the board, we ask there is no flash photography. To start our men's 1-meter diving finals, we have Lauren with a 101B. Judges award. Judge 3. .35. Michael's first dive is a 105C. Judges award. 48.0. Jake's first dive is a 105B. Judges award. .50.70. Matt's first dive is a 403B. Judges award. 50.40. Lauren's second dive is a 302C. Judges award. 28.0. Michael's second dive is a 203C. Judges award. 38.0. Jake's second dive is a 203B. Judges award. 37.95. Matt's second dive is a 405C. Judges award. 31.0. Lauren's third dive is a 202C. Judges award. 24.75. Michael's third dive is a 303C. Judges award. 22.05. Jake's third dive is a 303B. Judges award. 39.60. Matt's third dive is a 105B. Judges award. 54.60. Lauren's fourth dive is a 203C. Judges Award, 38.0. Michael's fourth dive is a 403C. Judges Award, 41.80. Jake's fourth dive is a 52.33D. Judges Award, 42.50. Matt's next dive is a 305C. Failed dive. Lauren's next dive is a 403B. Judges Award, 48.0. Michael's next dive is a 404C. Judges Award, 4.
Judge 4. You're not working.
50.40. Jake's next dive is a 51.34D. Judges Award, 48.10. Matt's fifth dive is a 51.34D. Judges Award, 55.90. And for the final round of diving, Lauren from Monroe Community College, 52.21D. Judges award 31.45. Michael from Indian River State College, 5231D. Judges award 40.95. Jake from Indian River State College, 403B. Judges award 49.20. And for the final diver, Matt from Indian River State College, 203B. Judges award 44.85. And this concludes the men's 1 meter diving finals.
It's now time for the awards for the women's 200 butterfly. Tonight's awards are being presented by C.M. Jenkins of South Georgia State. Finishing in 7th place, Callie Anjovi of South Georgia State. In 6th place, Ashley Beecham, Iowa Central. In 5th place, Lindsay Garrison, South Georgia State. In 4th place, Mary Marshall, Iowa Central. In 3rd place, Paula Ronda, Iowa Central. In 2nd place, Emma Colvin, Indian River. And your national champion in the women's 200-yard butterfly with a final time of 2:03.23 from Indian River, Cameron Hudson. And now the awards for the men's 200 butterfly. Tonight's awards being presented tonight by Dan Allen of Genesee. Finishing in 8th place, Marco Alvarez Sanchez, Barton. In 7th place, Ferran Martinez, Genesee. In 6th place, Leonard Henri Alaru, Barton. In 5th place, Colin McGuire, Southwestern Oregon. In 4th place, Mitch Emery, Iowa Central. In 3rd place, Tucker Adams, Indian River. In 2nd place, Tiger Pilkington, Indian River. And your national champion in the men's 200-yard butterfly with a finals time of 1:46.16 from Indian River, Ruben Van Leeuwen. And now this is heat 1 of the women's 200-yard medley relay finals. Swimming in lane 3, Erie. In lane 4, Monroe. And swimming in lane 5, the Fashion Institute of Technology. Touching first with a time of 2:05.89 from lane 5, the Fashion Institute of Technology. Touching second with a time of 2:07.85 from lane 4, Monroe. And touching third with a time of 2:22.94, lane 3, Erie. And now heat 2 of the women's 200-yard medley relay finals. Swimming in lane 2, South Georgia State. In lane 3, Iowa Central. In lane 4, Indian River. In lane 5, Barton. In lane 6, Southwestern Oregon. And in lane 7, Iowa Lakes. Touching first with a time of 1:43.02 from lane 4, Indian River. Touching second with a time of 1:48.63 from lane 5, Barton. And touching third with a time of 1:51.01, lane 6, Southwestern Oregon. And now this is heat 1 of the men's 200-yard medley relay finals. In lane 3, swimming is Erie. Swimming in lane 4 is Genesee. And swimming in lane 5 is Iowa Lakes. Touching first with a time of 1:42.77 from lane 4, Genesee. Touching second with a time of 1:42.78, lane 5, Iowa Lakes. Touching third with a time of 1:49.03, lane 3, Erie. And now heat 2 of the men's 200-yard medley relay finals. Swimming in lane 2, Barton. In lane 3, South Georgia State. In lane 4, Indian River. In lane 5, Iowa Central. In lane 6, Southwestern Oregon. And in lane 7, Monroe. Touching first with a time of 1:28.50 from lane 4, Indian River. Touching second with a time of 1:32.20 from lane 6, Southwestern Oregon. Touching third with a time of 1:32.91 from lane 5, Iowa Central. It's now time for the awards presentation for the men's 1-meter dive. Tonight's awards being presented by John Redman of Monroe. Finishing in 4th place, Lauren Searle, Monroe. Finishing in 3rd place, Michael Siopolis, Indian River. Finishing in 2nd place, Matt Priola, Indian River. And your national champion for the men's 1-meter dive with a final score of 440.20 from Indian River, Jake Servaitis. And now the awards presentation for the women's 200 medley relay. Tonight's awards being presented by Jonathan Reeder of Barton. Finishing in 8th place, Monroe. Finishing in 7th place, the Fashion Institute of Technology. Finishing in 6th place, Iowa Lakes. Finishing in 5th place, Iowa Central. Finishing in 4th place, South Georgia State. Finishing in 3rd place, Southwestern Oregon, Piper Engler, Natalie Soivy, Patricia Ozola, and Verity Vogel-Rigler. Finishing in 2nd place, Barton, Michaela Seemiller, Elle Spitz, Regan Smith, and Abigail Fry. And your national champions in the women's 200-yard medley relay with a finals time of 1:43.02, Indian River, Sophia Dine, Savannah Best, Emma Colvin, and Aliana Kennan. And now the awards for the men's 200-yard medley relay. Awards also being presented tonight by Jonathan Reeder of Barton. Finishing in 8th place, Erie. In 7th place, Iowa Lakes. In 6th place, Monroe. In 5th place, South Georgia State. In 4th place, Barton. In 3rd place, Iowa Central. John Gill III, Emil Lutzeler, Mitch Emery, and Vincent Fletcher. Finishing in 2nd place, Southwestern Oregon, Austin Turner, Emerson Zapletar, James Camp, and Landon Stallnaker. And your national champions in the men's 200-yard medley relay with a final time of 1:28.50, Indian River, Ruben Van Leeuwen, Eric Veit, Ryan Van Wyck, and Jared Ingram. Fans, this concludes night 3 of the 2019 NJCAA National Championships for Swimming and Diving. We will see you tomorrow at 9:30 for the swimming preliminaries and the final day of the National Championships.